another guest that we are going to go to. We are fast and we are furious today. Good God, I think that's Bucky calling in. Bucky, give me a few moments here. I'm finishing up with another guest. I got to put you on hold, my friend. Okay, we are going to go to our next guest who is going to join us. They, of course, we have our other guest who's trying to call in and get above them, but that's not going to happen because we're going to keep things organized here. So go ahead and give me a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us a bit about yourself.
My name's Paul Quinn. I play in a band called Masada, and we have been around since 1986 is when we released our first demos. We were kind of the new wave, or the first wave of American death metal, although at that time it wasn't even called death metal. It was just, people called it speed metal or thrash or something, but all the subgenres hadn't really quite hit yet.
We have got a great guest with us today. They join us live here on Skype. They are absolutely amazing. Masada is with us. And we have Bucky Campbell coming up here in just a few moments. But we're going to get our interview here finished with Masada. And Bucky is going to wait patiently on the telephone. And we will get to Bucky here in just a few moments. Got a big event that they're going to be doing. But we've got to get Masada going here. So tell us a little bit about how the band got together as a group.
We were high school friends, and bass player and I, we were best friends and had paper routes. When we were like 12, 13 years old, and we used to take our paper route money and go straight to a record store called Strawberry Fields, and we would meet there and literally cash our check there. And they would just give us the change that was left over after we were done buying records. And it was this big competition, to who could buy the coolest records. And one day he just said, he played bass already. And he just told me, he said, man, you need to buy a guitar and we're going to start our own band. And it just took off from there.
We have got a great guest with us today. Masada joins us here on our broadcast. Brother Quinn is the latest project that he is involved in. We also have Bucky Campbell coming up here in a few moments with Man Talk, Woman Talk. But Masada, what is so funny about and you being a death metal guy, I don't know if you know anything about Japanese professional wrestling or indie wrestling or anything of that nature, but it was so funny when I got the note that I was going to be interviewing you today, and they said Masada. I'm like, the Japanese deathmatch guy? And I was like,
no,
that's not happening. And I went back through emails, and I'm like, they got everything completely misconstrued here. I'm glad it's you and not the Japanese deathmatch guy. So tell us a little bit about why you decided to start doing music.
I think I was just always drawn to it. It was I was just a big music fan at first.
Yeah.
And then for me to really start playing, my buddy and I, we hooked up with a local band that was already operating on a semi-professional level, and we became roadies for them. And we got to go see them rehearse and write songs. And something just kept telling me, hey, I think I could do this. I'm looking at it and going, man, this is not some magical thing. This is something you can actually do. And, lo and behold, bought some instruments, put in some time, and next thing you know, we're off to the races. So
that's awesome.
And I've been doing it ever since.
So where do we find your music and everything online?
We're on all major streaming platforms. We're on YouTube. You can hit us at masada.band. There's a million places where we're out there. We just don't have as big a footprint as we would like.
So, what's been the reaction to the music so far?
It's been going really well, and I think I'm getting a lot of questions about what is Pharaoh City. So
I've got a vacation home there. I know exactly what Pharaoh City is.
What we're doing is, I got bored with what a lot of thrash, speed metal, death metal bands are doing. They've got about 25 subjects that they all write about the same thing, you know,
Yes.
death, destruction,
Yes,
the
they
devil,
do.
and
Yes, they do.
and I said if I want to put out some new material, I want to go in a completely different direction. So I have a story that it all fits
That
into.
is awesome.
But instead of the songs telling the story, you know, verbatim, you know, like I went to the store, then it's not like that. These
That
are
is awesome.
the songs are like a snapshot of like a moment or an event in the story. So if you listen to the record, it's not going to tell you the story. It's the story kind of happens in between the songs, and
Fantastic.
it kind of gave me subject matter, and gave me something different to write about. And we got a pretty far out concept that when I started telling people about it, they're like, well, what drove that? And I'm like, I don't know, mental illness maybe. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Something's wrong with me.
That's awesome. Masada.band is the latest. Go over to Masada.band. We are going to do this. I'm going to put you on a brief hold here on Skype. We are going to play Drowning and Lightning. And when we get back, we will wrap things up here with Masada. And then we will go to Bucky Campbell, who's patiently waiting for us on the phone. But we are going to do Drowning and Lightning. And it is your big broadcast here, coast to coast and border to border. It's Drowning and Lightning right now. Bucky Campbell coming up after this.
Relentless
That is Drowning in Lightning. It is Masada. Go to masada.band for more information. So we are going to wrap things up here with our guest here on our big broadcast. So before we let you go, how do we get in touch with you online, social media, buy your guys' music, do all of that?
Pretty much everything. You can find it under the name Masada. With the regular website is masada.band, Facebook/Masada, or you can hit us on, like I said, all the major streaming sites. We're on all of that, or on YouTube. Just type in Masada, and the record is called The Blood Will Flow, and it'll pop right up.
That is quite the deal. I definitely am glad we were able to make some time for you today. You are amazing. Thanks for making time, and thanks for being with us. Really appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. There he goes. That's Masada. Go over to masada.band for more information.